Alright, so Marcus and Faleris at level 45. So again, this is the budget build version. Just the lowest amount of stuff that you need. I'm using the just weapons and armor from the tech tree, no schematics, no skill fruits, nothing like that. Some stuff that I'm missing out on in this attempt is I didn't use any attack or defense food. And I brought way too little ammo, it seems. I am trying out some of the grenades, but I don't really think they were worth it. I don't think they added a whole lot. The theory was that these shock grenades would give him the electrify aggregate and double the damage from some of the water skills. Which, I mean, it works for like the absolute first wall splash that Kurajiro uses. I'm using a level 45 Kurajiro captured on Sakurajima. And why I'm using Kurajiro is just you can catch it at level 40 to 45. I suggest just going and catching one at level 45 so you don't have to level it up. Because Marcus and Faleris are level 45, so you don't get any penalties from using Kurajiro at level like 44, 43. You'll have a little bit of a reduced damage. So just catch one at level 45, and then it has Wall Splash. So there's only two pals that learn Wall Splash naturally. I think it's Kurajiro and Faleris Aqua. And Faleris Aqua needs you to go to Feybreak and stuff like that, so Kurajiro is just a lot easier to just go catch one at this level. And then I'm trying out these water grenades as well. I crafted a couple. They're pretty cheap to craft. As mentioned, I was pretty low on ammo when I made this, but I didn't want to accidentally level up to 46 before doing the boss. So I just went with what I had, kinda. But I don't really suggest bringing the grenades. The theory for me was that you would apply Electrify, double the damage from water skills, but the water skills overwrite Electrify in the first wall splash. And then when diminishing returns, it just doesn't get shocked for the rest of the fight, really. The skill is mostly about wall splash, doing a huge amount of damage. Then splash seems to be decent sometimes, and sometimes it just misses. Aqua burst, I'm not entirely sure. I think you're probably better off switching to acid rain. Just because aqua burst tends to get blocked by the pillars quite a bit. It's a decent amount of damage, but probably acid rain, but it's really all about wall splash. That's why I'm using Kurajiro. You could have used something like Asher Robe, but without breeding, it's quite slow, so it would probably get hit by a lot of the attacks. Marcus and Faleris do use a couple of electric skills to counter water pals, but they're all pretty easy to withdraw dodge. They have a big wind up animation, like this one big red circle, just withdraw. Unfortunately, you missed out on some wall splash damage there with that withdraw dodge. Careful withdraw dodging this, because if you withdraw dodge a little bit too early, he will switch target to you, and you can't dodge while withdrawing. Like, there's a little bit of a delay, so be careful with the withdraw dodge against the Phoenix Flare thing. But overall, Kurajiro can tank most of the fire skills. You probably want to withdraw dodge the Phoenix Flare and the electric skills. You can bring like a couple of Kurajiros. Like I captured a few, but only one of them was level 45, so I ended up using that one. But if you do catch, you can go for like 5 Kurajiros and just cycle between them. Just testing the bouncy thing. Probably if you brought like a Gale Claw instead, so you could shoot while gliding, it would be viable, but really there's no purpose for it. His skills are pretty easy to dodge. So here you see, I withdraw dodge a bit too early. Get caught by surprise, and it does quite a bit of damage, that little tackle. Here, the lightning bolt, you cannot range it, just move away, but you can also just strafe, like sprint left or right, and you'll dodge it as well. So most of his skills are pretty easy to dodge. I found Lily to be a little bit more difficult to dodge with that spine mine, and there you see for some reason the splash just going somewhere else. So probably switch for acid rain or something, but like the majority of the damage is being done by the wall splash. Faleris is very big. You could have also brought a pal that uses Holy Burst. Like there's an option to bring like a Yakumo or a Lulu, something like that as well. I just think it's neat to use Kurajiro. You see it did tank a little bit of lightning strike, so it can tank that. It's not a one-shot skill. You can go behind the pillar and he'll get stuck in that when using Phoenix Flare. Overall, this boss fight isn't that difficult once you like get used to the attacks, like how you dodge them. It's not like Spinevine from Lily that really requires like good timing to dodge. So like the budget version is pretty easy to pull off, but I did run out of ammo. So I had 400 assault rifle ammo. It ended up being not enough, but did have like a backup shotgun. Swapping weapons mid-fight can be a little bit tricky. Just hide behind a pillar. So you probably want like at least, I feel like at least 600 to 800 assault rifle ammo. If you're doing the assault rifle route, it does eat ammo. Like probably using a shotgun. Like there's a shotgun that you unlock at like level 42 or 43 instead that you can use. Probably a little bit more ammo efficient. At least if you're using like these basic white versions of the weapons. So there's a lot of stuff you can do to make this fight easier at this point. You can use a better shield. I'm not using the best shield. You can add some attack pendants if you got on those. I just haven't really farmed for them and I haven't gotten them in this playthrough. I've kind of just been rushing it to do these towers at this level. You can do the attack food. And you can also go for a little bit of stronger pals, like getting some passives. If you don't want to use like, I think this is a blank Kurajiro. Just getting something like Ferocious, Impatient, Serenity, Musclehead, or just like using a Faleris Aqua or something like that. Kurajiro is pretty weak. But it's just Wall Splash that is so strong against Marcus and Faleris. Or you can go catch a bunch of Gobfins and use Gobfin's Asher Robe. So there's a lot of ways to tackle this boss. I felt like this is the easiest way to, like, not easiest, but least amount of effort. It only takes a couple of minutes to catch these Kurajiros at level 45. Curtain Splash, Splash, Aqua Burst, maybe switch for Acid Rain, but this was fine. It's mostly about Curtain Splash. You can also go and find the Curtain Splash fruit, the Wall Splash fruit, on Sakurajima and Feybreak. So this is also without using skill fruits, but really an option is to just bring a Fire Pal instead. Like something, and just give it Wall Splash skill fruit. Like any pal with the Wall Splash skill fruit will handle Faleris. Just because of the big hitbox. The attack and defense and health, like the stats on Kurajiro is terrible. It's just that it learns these skills naturally if you don't want to invest anything into beating this boss. But breeding Asher Robe is always nice. Like a move speed Asher Robe will be useful against Rio later. But this is where I caught the Kurajiros. Around here, you can also get some junk piles and treasure chests and wild eggs to get like a couple of better spheres. I used the Ultra Spheres, the catch rate wasn't great. So you're probably better off using the Legendary Spheres, and then you unlock the Sulfur Mine at level 45. So that's what this was all about. You can see I didn't really have the Hyper Shield. I didn't invest into that. It's just basic white gear. I don't suggest making the grenades. Like, they're fun, but they didn't do a whole lot. You unlock them pretty early, and the materials are cheap. It's just fiber stone and electric organs, fiber stone, pal fluids. Like, a little bit cheaper than using a bunch of assault rifle ammo, I guess. But I don't think I really recommend them. Like, 3 bullets from the assault rifle deals more damage than using a grenade. The grenades are pretty spammable. But, yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching.